Good morning, everyone. Real quick, want to thank you for being here this morning. Want to thank Becky and Lindsay, everyone here at Bristol Motor Speedway, for letting us invade their spaces on a really busy Friday morning. Earlier in the week, we sent a tweet out. Mr. Biffle did, and it was a tease to his new partner that's coming up. Actually, they're making their debut in Atlanta next week, but they'll be an anchor partner in 2015. We asked people to guess who it was. I'm not sure anybody did, but the cat's probably out of the bag with this 8-foot fire ant sitting here beside me. So what we want to do today, who we have up here with us is the driver of the number 16, soon to be Ortho Ford, Mr. Greg Biffle. I have the VP of Ortho, Mr. John Sutterer, and of course the president of Roush Fenway Racing, Steve Newmark. So what we'll do is we'll have a quick comment from these guys. We'll take a couple questions, and we're going to go outside and actually unveil the car in front of a larger fire ant. So Greg, you first. Greg, let's talk about having Ortho coming in as an anchor partner, what that partnership means to you, and what it's like to be able to align yourself with those type of brands.
I can't tell you how excited I am to have Ortho on the car for 2015 and these upcoming races. It's going to be really exciting at Atlanta. I got to go by the shop and see the car the other day, and they wouldn't let me take a picture of it. So they said I can't unveil it yet, but that was a lot of fun to see what the car is going to look like in Atlanta, and just really excited to be aligned. I've been very lucky throughout my career to be aligned with great companies, and not a lot of them, and I'm really excited to be going forward with Ortho on the car and to see some of the fun things we're going to be doing together and promoting the brand and obviously promoting the fire ant in Atlanta is really exciting too.
Mike, real quickly, can you just talk about the opportunity? Obviously, Scott's Miracle Grow brand, a company, the Ortho brand, deep history with Roush Fenway. You just talk about the opportunity to make the return to NASCAR, return to Roush Fenway, and to be able to align yourself with a driver like Greg.
Sure, Kevin. Well, we have a great history and have had a lot of success with Roush Fenway Racing. We've been to victory lane a dozen times and had a championship, and we're really excited about our new partnership with the Ortho brand and Greg and the outstanding number 16 team. The Ortho brand and the Roush Fenway Racing brand is really a natural fit together. A lot of synergies. We both try to be number one every day in everything we do, whether it's the number 16 race team working hard at the track every weekend to win, or whether it's the Ortho brand working hard in fans' homes and yards to keep insects away every day. So we know NASCAR fans are incredibly passionate and loyal to drivers and teams and their business partners. And we're just excited to be part of that. We know the Ortho brand is already in millions of fans' homes, and we're looking to keep those fans. But with our partnership with Greg and the number 16 team, we're looking to add some new Ortho fans as well in 2015.
That's great. Steve, he just alluded to some of that deep history. I can remember, Mark Martin winning a truck race here with Scott's on board, a championship, some very historic wins. How exciting is it to have these guys back with us?
Sure. Thanks, Kevin. Actually, first, I do want to express our sincere appreciation to Mike and the entire Scott's Miracle Grow and Ortho organizations for putting their faith in us to come back into this sport in a very, very big way. I think everyone in here is familiar with some of the iconic brands that are under their umbrella, and we're extremely excited about a lot of the fun and creative stuff that we can do with this partnership. I think, probably example one is, how often do you get to carry an 8-foot ant around and not have people throw you out of places? And then I think you'll see some more of the creativity when we go out and unveil the paint scheme. But from our perspective, I think we've been talking over the last few months at Roush Fenway a lot about our strategic vision, about getting back to our roots, kind of being true to our DNA, which really is rooted in driver development. And Greg's obviously a product of that, and now really the kind of the leader and mentor of our driver stable. We've reunited with Mark Martin, and this is just kind of the next in a litany of those actions that are helping fulfill that vision, which is getting back together with Scott's and Ortho. They've been an integral part of our history, obviously, a lot of success. And I think, everyone in here is familiar that NASCAR is a superstitious lot. And I think we were looking at the stats, and 12% of the time that Scott's Ortho has been on the car, we've been in victory lane. So we're hoping to continue that trend and start it off well in Atlanta. But
Maybe even up that percentage.
Absolutely, like to see that happen. So, but we do appreciate it, and we're really excited about some of the fun stuff we'll do with this marketing platform.
Great. At this time, if we have any questions, we'll open it up. Mr. Pockris, we'll start with you.
Bob Pockris, Sporting News. Steve, were you guys in any sort of scramble mode after you heard 3M was not coming back, or were they only going to do? Were you talking to them about partial season and looking for other sponsors anyway?
In this sport, and I think everybody's familiar with it, you're always looking for more partners and to try to build that program. And we had engaged in discussions with Scott's because of that history even before some of those things unfolded. So this is, like a lot of things, was in process, and it stood alone based on the marketing potential that I think both partners see.
Alan?
Alan Cavana, NASCAR.com. Greg, we've seen other drivers choose to leave Roush Fenway Racing. Can you talk about your decision-making process? And I don't know if it took any soul searching or what have you, but to stay with Roush Racing and your confidence in the team in the future.
Yeah, I mean, Jack gave me, my first opportunity to come into this sport, like he's done with a lot of drivers, and that doesn't always mean that you stay at one organization forever. But I've had a lot of success there, and I did have other opportunities, and I felt like the opportunity presented in front of me was to get Roush Fenway back to number one. Like Steve and John talked about, is we've been there, and we certainly feel like we can get back there. And I've been in this sport a while, and I've been the up and down, and I can clearly remember some of these guys out here that are at the top of the list right now, lapping them nearly every week. There goes that guy, as we go on to finish in a top 5 position. So, the cycle's changed, and it's easy to, jump ship when the cycle's not in your favor. And I knew everybody's working hard. We have the resources and a lot of people behind the organization. I knew that we could get back to winning races, and I think Michigan was a proof of that. We certainly didn't win Michigan, but it was a win for us, for our organization. Ricky Stenhouse had a fast race car. We had a fast race car. And, we're making improvement, and we're on our way to get back to winning races. And it's going to take, another 5 or 6 races. And we have a great test coming up on Monday at Chicago. And I'm really excited about that. I actually more excited for the test in Chicago than I am anything else right now, because that's, it gives us 2 days to work on finding that last bit of speed in our cars for Atlanta and moving forward for the rest of the year.
Let's go to Stan.
Stan Creekmore with RPMTonight.com. Excuse me for not being able to be so intense. The first thing I want to know is, you're going to be handing out fire ant suits to all your competition drivers so you can go after them during the race? And will you have Ortho at Talladega Superspeedway, which is surrounded by fire ants?
It's definitely surrounded by fire ants, and we're going to have to get them to bring a little bit for us. It's funny, I keep the product on my bus, because when we park in the motorhome lots, you can't just choose your spot. So sometimes it's like you're parking there, and by the way, right outside your front door is a fire ant pile. So it's kind of funny. I do have it on my bus currently, and have it for several years. So I don't know all the races yet that they'll be on the car this year. I know Atlanta, obviously, and going forward, we'll have to. I'll defer to these guys to see, which other races we're on.
Let's do Jeff and then Claire.
Jeff Buck from USA Today. I'm just wondering how many races they'll be on the car next year.
Obviously, we don't get into all the different details, but they'll be on roughly half of the races in 2015.
Claire?
Claire B. Lang, Sirius XM NASCAR Radio. Probably don't talk enough about sponsors, in the sport when a new sponsor or someone ups their sponsorship. And I want to ask Greg first. I know that you made a lot of appearances for 3M. I mean, you did all kinds of things for them. What will your involvement be with Ortho, and what does it feel like to be able to kind of refresh and have a new sponsor? And then for Steve Newmark, what it means to have a sponsor up to sort of a bigger level in the sport here.
Well, I can say I'm really excited about all the things. There's been a lot of brainstorming behind the scenes. And I'm really, really excited about some of the things that we're talking about doing to promote the brand and do the promotions and do those things. So I can't wait to hit the ground running, so to speak, on all the neat things we're gonna be able to do and promotions to have. So I'm looking forward to it. It's a change in direction, and I've been very fortunate to build great relationships over a long period of time. I've got I can count my sponsors on basically one hand I've had in the last 16 years in the sport. So it's fun to create relationships, and I think more than anything, I've created a lot of friendships in those companies over those years, more than a business relationship or a sponsor relationship, and I think that also means a lot.
And Claire, as far as the organization, I mean, it's absolutely huge to bring on a partner of Scott's caliber. I think that, everybody recognizes that, we're able to race because of the relationships that you have with your partners based on the way this sport operates. But even more so for us, when we have a partner like Scott's and Ortho, we find that we learn a lot from them, and just have an interaction with, a group that has such a professional and high caliber marketing organization, that our interaction with them makes us a better organization off the track as well. And so we're really looking forward to collaborating with them and working hard. And, particularly when they're going to have such a significant role in the program next year, that we'll have that consistency and constant interaction throughout the whole year.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Mark Arrow, PRN. Greg, going into this race this weekend, you're on the bubble points-wise. A win obviously gets you in. Are you guys playing offense, defense, and do you expect this race to get kind of rough at the end for guys that are in your situation?
Well, I mean, certainly all Bristol races are rough, so to speak, and this is a tough place, really, really tough place. And I think we come in here, you got to be really on both offense, defense. I mean, you come in here, you run as hard as you can. We're here to win, and we feel like we run in the top 10 about every time we're at Bristol, and that's the position you need to be in order to put yourself in a position to win. And that's what the 99 team did or in the spring is, we ran in that position and they got track position. We're able to pull out a win. And so that's important, and that's what we're going to be trying to do. At the same time, everybody wants to finish the race, so, I mean, you take chances and passes and all the things you can do, but at the same time, we know we're on the bubble in points. I feel it's going to take a win still to get in this thing, and that's what we're going for.
All right, last question.
Yeah, Jared Turner, FoxSports.com. Greg, just talk a little bit about the level of pressure around your team with 3 races left until the chase, given your position in the standings.
Yeah, I mean, it's certainly we felt the pressure. Listen, we've felt the pressure all year because we haven't performed the way to our standards at Roush Fenway. None of the teams have. And we have gotten much, much better in the last 6 weeks, and I think our results show, a 9th, a 5th, 8th, it's a 10th. It's really, we've turned the corner. And so, to believe it or not, that's a lot of pressure off of the team versus on the team. And so we go into these next 3 races with a lot of confidence and actually, less pressure than we've had the last, all season, because our performance hasn't been where it's at or where we need it to be. So now that our performance is better and we're seeing that light at the end of the tunnel, it's so much easier for us to show up at the racetrack and compete. We enjoy coming and racing in the top 10, and that's what we want to do. So we have a lot of confidence going into these last 3 races that we have the speed we need. And also we have a test at Chicago lined up Monday and Tuesday, right in the middle of this. So that gives us a lot of continuity going into these last 3. I think we feel pretty good.
All right, Greg, we'll see you next week in the number 16 Ortho car in Atlanta. I'm sure you're excited to see it.
Very excited.